when we need to find out the solution to transform that waste into something good. We develop completely new technology which is fully circular, zero waste behind. So very important right now. In 10 years, we want to be a missing puzzle. We calling like that for all of the factories, instant coffee factories.
Welcome to this edition of Startup with Poland, the show where we delve into the nitty-gritty of what's going on in Poland's startup scene. My name is Tessa McIver and I'm your host. I am very excited to be joined by Marcin Koziorowski, the CEO of Ecobean, one of the most exciting startups on the Polish market currently, particularly in circular economy and recycling spaces. Marcin is going to tell us all about Ecobean, their successes, and of course, about the challenges that they face. Marcin, welcome to Startup with Poland.
Great pleasure to be here. Thank you.
I want to start with you telling our viewers all about Ecobean, or at least, what you guys do and, where the idea was born from and what stage are you currently at?
In simple words, Ecobean is collecting the coffee waste from different places, starting from the HoReCa business, so coffee shops, restaurants, offices. Now this is the one stream, and the second one is the instant coffee producers.
Okay.
So the big side stream from the production, and we collect that waste and turn it into sustainable chemicals, ingredients which can be used into different industries. So starting from packaging, starting from chemical industry, through feed, animal feed, food industry, to cosmetic, even to pharma.
Wow.
So we want to make from the waste the new commodity that spent coffee grounds give us the second life to spent coffee grounds. That's our goal, our strategy. So we're working a lot right now to implement on the market new ingredients, find a new application and alternatives to the existing one.
I knew, that you're collecting these coffee waste, but I didn't realize that there was such a, plethora of solutions that you are then, transforming them into.
That was a couple of years we made a pivot. That was thanks to COVID. So when all these coffee shops were closed, we went back to the blackboard and to the laboratory, and we, after the pilot in Portugal, where we collected the waste and turned it into coffee briquettes, that was the first product which was made by Ecobean, was introduced on the market. We changed a little bit our approach and turned it into bioraffinery. And that's why we want to that's why we develop completely new technology which is fully circular, zero waste behind. So very important right now, and thanks to that we are achieving the ingredients with the very, very low carbon footprint. Yeah, that was one curve in our development.
And what stage currently is Ecobean at? Because I know you've been around for a little bit of time, as you said, you've had to pivot, particularly when COVID came along and closed the coffee shops. But, where are you at currently now? What stage of development?
We have our garage, thanks to cooperation with Warsaw University of Technology. We are a spin-off company of that university, where we produce the pilot series of our products. So we implementing and develop these products with our partners on different markets, on different application. And our main task for that moment is scaling up and building the first demo facility next to Warsaw. That will be 1,000 tons yearly transformed in that place. So the huge step to scaling up, that's let's say our springboard to the industrial scale, which we already focused on and thinking on about the feasibility study for such a industrial implementation.
Wow. Okay. So big things ahead.
Yeah.
Well, that's, so exciting to observe. But, particularly exciting in your solution is the fact, not only the growth and the plans, but, the fact that you are a circular economy startup that, very much obviously, all these things, tag words that we hear about that sound very positive, recycling, reusing, et cetera, et cetera. But how much do you personally, from being involved in this business, see that investors really have a buy-in, that companies, corporates have a buy-in into this trend, and also individuals, end users? How much is being pushed and is a bit of a trend, and how much actually is there a genuine no, we really want to do be involved in these solutions that cause such a potentially massive impact?
I think we are in a transition from the linear model to the circular model, but it's I think it happens a little bit slower than we expected.
Okay.
From the corporate perspective, we see that the price is still very, very important. It's on the top. The sustainability, it's not the first choice, but there are coming a couple of directives, especially in the European Union, that force the corporates to change their approach, to look for such a solution. So thanks to that, VCs also looking after and spotting such a solution. So it's changing, but not so fast when we what we expected.
Okay. But do you think that will accelerate, or do you think it's going to continue? Maybe the transition, or both mindset and financially and investment wise, etc. a little bit.
It will accelerate a little bit, but it will be not a boom.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say the best solutions will be implemented, but not rather that will be the such a boom for solutions.
Okay. Well, let's observe and see what happens. I hope that things will go quickly, but we'll see. You're being cautious and definitely safe. So
defensive approach.
Marcin, I'm really interested in your personal journey in this whole story of how you got involved, how you became the CEO of this company. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So Ecobean is not my first startup, so that's before that was at least 3 when I'm trying to implement products solution mainly from the chemical business, biotechnological business into the market. So that startups are still alive and running. So I'm not operationally involved in that companies, but I think that was for me great experience for Ecobean, and I made a couple of mistakes over there, and I thanks to that we can develop a little bit quicker with this. But of course, building a startup in the waste management business, in waste, in recycling, it's always, I think, not the easiest choice, not the first choice. So software startup you can develop much quicker. So that's a long run, long-term investment. So from my perspective, I'm all of my professional life, I'm trying to transfer the knowledge, the products from academia to business. So it's at least 15 years already.
And where did the idea for Ecobean come from? How did you come upon?
I always telling that the Ecobean started not in 2018, but let's say 15 years before. Because this is the combined knowledge from our scientists, from our professors, doctors, which are focused on different ideas, develop the different products, different technologies. And when I met my co-founder Kasper, he is a guy from the coffee business, and he came by with the idea that Marcin, in next few years, the coffee business will be struggle with the waste. When we need to find out the solution to transform that waste into something good. So that's how we developed the team. So I start talking with the scientist and looking what are inside the coffee and pick that people and building the team what we can really achieve, what are the products inside the coffee. And that was the build the team, and thanks to that we have the specialist in these ingredients. They are involved, they are part of the team, so we have very known and very good persons in protein additives in our team, in antioxidants, in oils, so in PLA. So thanks to that we can bring to life Ecobean.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, fantastic that you've managed to attract, these really top scientists to be part of the initiative. But what about the business side? You said, that all your professional life you've been trying to transform scientific solutions and bring them into the business world. But, how does that work? I mean, you as a scientist, how do you become, a CEO, which requires a completely different skill set to the technical one, a lot more soft skills or, project management skills, people skills. How do you adapt to that?
I'm always, I'm not a scientist. I'm always work with scientists. I'm studying Warsaw School of Economics, so after the management school. So I always supporting the scientific teams to develop, to reach the goals, to implement products. At such early stage, I'm always let's say I'm becoming the CEO, the guy which brings all the people to the table. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So you have those embedded, real leadership skills and ability to put everyone together. Well, I know you do. So, so fantastic to see. What is your vision for Ecobean? So you've said, that you're now building the factory outside of Warsaw. But when you have a vision of where you would like the company to be, let's say in 10 years, because I know things move quite slowly in this type of industry, but in 10 years' time, where would you like Ecobean to be?
We drink enormous amounts of coffee as a people globally. So there are amounts of coffee waste, thousands of tons of coffee waste we generate every year. So what we want to change and what we want to develop, that the spent coffee grounds become the new commodity. So that will be not the waste anymore. That will be the new commodity, and that will be the new source of very useful products and ingredients. You can imagine that nowadays we are using the sugar canes to achieve PLA. It's possible also from sugar, from coffee waste. So we don't know that we'll be able to not using the land to grow, to plant special plants to achieve some things. We can get every alternatives, low carbon alternatives from the waste. So in 10 years, we want to be a missing puzzle. We calling like that for all of the factories, instant coffee factories. So we will be transformed at place this spent coffee grounds they generated, and also collect what is possible 10 to 20% from all the businesses around the cities, the spent coffee grounds, and transform it into good.
Okay, and I really, keep everything crossed that this is exactly, the position you'll be in. And I presume you're looking, outside of obviously Poland. You've already mentioned Portugal, that you did a demo there. So I presume your ambitions are rather, global as opposed to local.
Yeah, we talking with the companies, global companies. We talking with global investors. So. Of course, we want to scale it up quickly. outside Poland. Let's say the next step is Germany, the biggest market in Europe. We started talks in Finland. This year we start implementing project and first production line for final application in Netherlands. So yeah,
things are moving.
Moving and yeah.
Well, fantastic. Going away one step away from Ecobean itself, you've said this is your third startup. How, since being involved in startups, so since really your professional life began, how have you seen the ecosystem for startups develop in Poland? I'm meaning, infrastructure, support, availability of financing. How has that developed, in your opinion, during these years?
I think, of course, it's grow much from the let's say the beginning there to 2015. It's changed a lot in last 10 years. So there are much more money on the market. Of course, we have last year that was the break between, but much more VCs. So that's, let's say, for this first step to start to begin in the pre-seed and seed stage. So it's relatively easy, much easier to. But then the stairs are coming, and to survive, to cross this first death valley, and start selling, start building the team, and get another financing. I feel there's still a huge gap and between these stages, especially from our perspective. So deep tech company, which is capex heavy. So when we're talking about building a facility factor demo line, so we need not 1 million euro, rather 10. So it's a huge need here. But I think there are some good signs are coming from Western Europe. The VC are starting investing right now. There are new VCs becoming operational right now. So
you have a positive outlook.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear that. Marcin, thank you so much for coming to the program and sharing your story. Of course, I'm keeping my fingers very crossed. I'm sure our viewers are as well, for the further exciting development of Ecobean, and hoping that you achieve everything you want to with this project.
Thank you very much. My pleasure to be here. Drink your coffee responsibly.
And thank you to our viewers, and see you next time for Startup with Poland.